Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Where in the World is Amanda?
And Brad.
And Shannon.
Today, Brad and I left our hotel and decided to walk through Oslo, Norway. Aww. Not far away was the Royal Palace, where the King and Queen of Norway live. This is coming up by the side of the palace. Over here, there's the guard. And coming down to the lookout that's in front of the palace. There's a big statue. And the main path leading up to the palace from the front. Here's the front of the palace. We waited out there for quite some time for the king and queen to come out and meet with us, but they never did. We headed down all the steps that you saw a few moments ago and began our walk into Oslo. This area is similar to the National Mall in Washington, D.C., where the Royal Palace is at one end and the Parliament Building is at the other end. This building is actually the National Theater, and it is along the route to the Parliament Building from the palace. It's quite chilly in Oslo, so we decided we needed to get a snack and a warm beverage just to warm us up a bit. We found this coffee house, and here's a selection of the pastries and sweets that were available. I had skullbread, which is a traditional Norwegian pastry that had a cheese filling like a Danish, but tasted kind of like a cinnamon roll with white icing and shaved coconut. Brad had an apple muffin, and I got some cappuccino. Once we finished our snacks, we took off walking again, and this fountain is located still in the center between the Royal Palace and the Parliament Building. This tiny little island was in the center of the pond where the fountain is, with the deer over there, and you could walk across that tiny little board over to the deer if you wanted to. And this is the Parliament Building that's at the opposite end of the Royal Palace. We stopped at a really neat little souvenir store, and they had this animated scene set up, and then of course Brad would had to be a little silly. And coming up, this is the side of the train station, and this statue is out front, and we think it signifies the building of the railroad. And next up is the Opera House. And it is a very unique shape, and it was made to look like an iceberg floating down the fjord. Right across from the Opera House, you'll see a bunch of these funny looking little boat-like things that are there in the water. Those are actually saunas, and people go and sit in those, and then they come out and jump into the cold water of the fjord. It's supposed to be good for your circulation. And back to the Opera House, here's just some more up-close views of it. As we continued on our trip back through the city, Brad found these and had to take a swing. You having fun?
Yes. So much fun. I'm having all of it, all of the fun.
It's fun being the popular guy, huh?
I'm having all the fun. Norway.
And this is the University of Oslo. It's right on the main trek between the palace and the Parliament building. We walked just under 5 miles today in Oslo, and we saw so many things. We hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to head back to our hotel now, and we'll see you on the next one.